Alright guys, we are here doing our first deck profile deck and fight for a JP account, my JP account. Basically one of my JP decks that I've been playing, which honestly my only JP deck besides Novas that I have in this server. I started this account probably about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, whatever. Probably about 2 or 3 days after the set dropped for JP, because I wanted to see the experience of G a little early so I can give you all better content and how things work out. So you've probably seen some of my videos of doing the my G experience and how easy it is to start to play G as a new player, as a free to play player. So this deck right here, I built free to play very easily. I'm definitely telling you, it wasn't hard at all. It's definitely the ideal build that I feel like I would want to play. Besides, I'm probably missing one Mustafa's that I would want to play. I guess this was probably the best way to play it, free to play. Since you really don't need that many G units, even though I pulled a couple of good GRs. And most of the stuff you can get from one of your SD medals. Like all my double rares I mostly got from the SD medals. They give you 100 packs when it comes to when you first starting the game. So I'm still missing one of the PGs. That's more of the ideal build for that. I have enough materials to craft. I just don't want to because I'm still opening packs for that set, and the packs they give you is only for that set one, and you can't use for other sets. You can't grind packs and hold it. So I want to use all the packs before I craft my last Kagero new PG. But most of the stuff right here I had got from the super deck. The triple rares are super terrible, but I was able to pull some of the good Kagero units from the clan gacha of Kagero. So I was able to get me these and get me these and then get me some of the other stuff. But you know what I mean, I was able to pull from the regular these G units. And then I was able to craft 2 of the crosses, which I had pulled 2 SP dotes, which is super amazing. As you can see, I don't have this in my global account, which I wish I did. I have 2 SP dotes I was able to pull out of the Kagero clan gacha, which is super amazing. So let's go over the deck profile and the cards that I use in my explanation. You probably gonna see some stuff here that you don't agree with, and it's understandable. But I feel like I'm a Kagero man. I feel like I know, the best cards to play for a Kagero. And I'm always down to hear other people's ideas and stuff like that. So hit the like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below if you think that there's other better cards that you could have played. I will have some honorary mentions out there since this is a new account. I wasn't able to get to any of the older cards that you probably might want to play, but you hear me talk about it. And like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. Support my channel. Definitely appreciate it. So stream on Twitch. Check me out. The link is in the description. Everything is definitely appreciated. Alright, so let's get into it. Now, lo and behold, we are still using Conero to this day. To this day, we will always use Conero. The only time that we did not use Conero is when Conero got banned. So, still using Conero Counterblast 1 to search a grade 1, basically super easy. I know a lot of builds are playing like Stridefather over the Gojos. I don't feel it's necessary to play Stridefathers because you're basically able to search your grade 3s. You're continuously putting grade 3s back in your deck. So I don't see the purpose of having Stridefathers, but I know people are playing Stridefathers, and if you are playing Stridefathers, Conero can get you that Stridefather. It can get you that PG, get you that deck filter, and it can get you. And I'm gonna do this little deck profile a little bit differently than I usually do. I'm gonna go from low grades to the top grades because there are super amazing cards at the low grades, like this card right here, which is the Soul Blast 2 Counter Charge 2. This right here is actually what makes the deck good, to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you, the cross deck would not be as good as it is right now if we didn't have this card. Everybody's screaming about how Calamity Tower, we need Calamity Tower, where is Calamity Tower? Calamity Tower was banned because it was so good and you can loop stuff. Well, this guy is even better because not only are you able to loop your Legion mates, you're able to counter charge, you're able to get that counter blast back. You're always continuously having counter blast to use your skills. So this is a super good card. The combo is basically having your grade 2 Legion retire plus this guy to counter charge to refill your drop with your grade 3s, and then having your other crossing at the end. So this is mostly just the 4 card combo. Have your Soul Blast card, have your Retire card, have your cross and dote, and then you continuously looping. As long as you draw one to cross, you will continuously have your loop at all times, because as you pump out the crosses, as you pump out deck filter and do all that stuff, you will draw into your grade 1s, you will draw into more dotes, you will search your the cross so you can keep doing it. So this deck is literally what do you call it, is literally advantage dot deck. You literally continuously stay with advantage, stay just grinding your opponent out until you win. And then we're also still playing the drop one, draw one, grade 1s for Steel Dragons. If your opponent has a grade 2 rear guard, you're basically able to drop and draw one. I didn't see a better card to play besides this. One of the, you know what I mean, everyone's player's preference. You could play the Strike Fighter if you wanted to. I probably feel like that would probably be better than what this is, but I never really use it for anything else anyway, so it kind of doesn't even matter. Ideal, you want to play the unflipped PGs. The unflipped PGs definitely come up because you use a lot of counter blasts with your retire, with your dotes, with the overlord, even with your stride. So you definitely want to have the counter charge PGs, but you know what I mean, I'm free to play, so I'll just use this as much as I can right now. And then we're also playing for Gojo. I feel like Gojo is super important because this is one of the decks that wants to stride as soon as possible. Not stride, but wants to Legion as soon as possible so you can start deck filtering, grinding, getting advantage. So this sometimes is normally my search for Conoro instead of getting a PG, because to be honest, with Conoro you don't really search PGs anymore. You literally just search other things besides PGs. I search either my Soul Blast counter charge or my Gojo to start deck filtering. I want to deck filter as soon as possible, get cards into my drop so I can Legion on my grade 3 turn when my opponent's already at grade 3 or whatever, and be able to start striding. Because once you're able to, if you're able to do this on striking, it's literally an end game for your opponent. So we're still playing the 4 striking. It makes it even better because now instead of doting on striking, you can put a cross on striking, and you can hit really strong numbers on striking like you couldn't hit before. Like dote would be like 16k. You would have to have a booster behind him just for him to be able to hit past the defensive if your opponent checks one when you're trying to put him to 5 with the striking or kill him with the striking play. Now you don't have to worry about that anymore because he's at 27k after Legioning. Swinging with double crit twice to your opponent, and I win a lot of my games like this because for some reason a lot of new players still have not figured out not to give Kagero 2 damage on striking because it is super dangerous, super duper, especially if you don't have a PG in your hand. And Heal Gardens do not protect you if the cross is at almost 41k after hitting some triggers and getting into the deck. Now, one of my ideal cards that I'm playing, which I didn't think that would be so great, is the Perdition. Basically, I want to say it's an Amber clone of the, not Amber clone, it is a clone of the Gold Paladin one. When you Legion Count Blast one, do something like Gold Paladin has it, Link Joker has it, a lot of clans have this card, basically count, but and Narukami has it, Counter Blast 1, basically do something when you Legion. So the fact that you are re-looping your Legion multiple times, he basically is literally super dumb strong. He basically gets for the retires. Counter Blast 1 to retire card is always good. Even though it has to be in the same column that he is in, that's not a problem. You just put him in the column. Counter Blast 1, Legion, Counter Blast 1, retire card. Use the cross to search your other card and then start swinging at your opponent's face. So he's a super good card. I feel like this is way better than playing the Burnout, than playing the Neo Flames. Burnout is okay, but you don't want to banish your basically banish the crosses or your dotes. You ain't gonna problem banishing the Overlord, which is okay, but you really don't want to banish any of your other pieces because you want to put those back in the deck so you can basically search them or check them back in on your drop checks. So I feel like this is a lot better. The Neo Flame really doesn't do anything for me. I looked at the skill and read it, and just like it really just gets for the boosters. Like what my Counter Blast 1 retire needs to do is get rid of intercept so I can be more aggressive to my opponent while I'm grinding them out. So I feel like this guy right here is a lot better. So I'm playing a 4 of. You can see in deck profile I was playing 3. I recently got my 4th one. So I was playing 3 and wishing I had a 4th one, but the burnout was okay, but not where I wanted to be. So I'm glad that I had the 4th one and I can showcase it to you guys. And then we're also playing 2 Burning Horn, which is 12k attacker for Overlord. Really nice when you have to basically filter cards and you need to hit that 12k, that 11k base for your opponent with no booster. Sometimes you don't have boosters because like your hardest matchup is Gear Chronicle, and Gear Chronicle likes to spin your boosters like all the time. Like they'll attack into your intercepts and spin your boosters, and you'll be stuck. So 12k attacker definitely comes in handy. Playing 2 of those, and definitely playing 3 of the Benincasti. I wanted to keep this list as close as possible to my global account as I could. So I only have 3 Benincastis, and I will never craft one because it's not necessary. So counter charge. Sometimes it's not really necessary to have this counter charge because you have your Soul Blast 2 counter charge, but it does come in handy every now and then. And I really don't see a better card to play in that area. Maybe you'll cut it down to 2 and play more Burning Horn because Burning Horn is nice to have as a 12k attacker for Overlord. So you know what I mean, that's always a good idea. I think I did put my 3rd one, but in my global account I only have 2. So I'm gonna put it there as close as possible, and everyone knows the story of why I play only 2 burnouts in every Overlord deck I play. Because with my understanding, when I first played Overlord, I was thinking that I needed to have this card, so I ended up crafting one after pulling one. So just to make sure that I did not waste my materials that I crafted with this, I decided to play Burning Horn in every Overlord deck, at least 2 of them in every Overlord deck from now on. So this will be in my every Overlord deck I play from now on. 2 of my little story there. And then we're also playing 4 of the main grade 3, and that is Dragonic Overlord D-Cross, the Conqueror, my favorite card. My first card that I played when I first started playing Vanguard. I started in G, and this is the card I played. This plus Dope, and it was super amazing. I could not fathom how great this card was, and you know what I mean, I had super fun with it. They basically did not change his skill at all. He still legions with Dope, obviously. On Vanguard, when you Legion, basically search your Persona Blast, search your copy of the cards in your Vanguard circle, and then his Vanguard skill is Counter Blast 1. If this card does not hit, Persona Blast, and basically Persona Blast a copy of himself to basically retire 2 rear guards. Now that skill does come in handy every now and then. It's not as good as it was in the TCG because you would go into situations where you would Legion and basically search your cross because you already have Dote in hand, and your opponent doesn't know if you have Dote in your hand, so they don't know if they should let you hit or not. So you don't retire 2 rear guards. And this is in TCG where you don't have to swing at intercepts, so you can knock out intercepts if you needed to, or they would have to use them as blockers because you're more likely going to retire them. So your opponent has to play a guessing game, like does he have Dote, does he not, does he have the card that he didn't search, blase blase. So if they let you hit, you would be able to use Dote to restand and filter, get more cards, get more drive checks, and get another attack in. If they don't let you hit, you will Counter Blast 1 to retire 2 rear guards, basically, which is even more devastating as getting the multi attack in. So, and this game is a little bit different, obviously, because on hits are more prevalent now, and you basically just hit until they don't let you hit anymore. You want to hold your cross in your hand so you can re-legion later, so it's not really used to use the skill that much. But when you've downed on your resources as much as possible, and you've pushed your opponent to the breaking point where you can just kill him with a stride next turn, it's definitely good to go ahead and use that skill. Or if you have a multiple crosses in your hand and you have extra counter blasts, which you mostly have a lot of, you could go ahead and take out your opponent's resources, because taking out 2 rear guards for Counter Blast 1 is extremely good and definitely heartbreaking to most decks like Gear Chronicle, Novas, stuff like that don't really have a lot of resources like that to be continuously pushing through. If your opponent has like 1 card, 2 cards in hand, and you take out the remaining last 2 rear guards on their board, it makes them in trouble to be able to hit numbers and finish games like that when you have so many defensive plays in your hand. So super good. The cross is really good. I feel like this is like the top deck in the format right now. It's literally the best, I feel like, to me. And then we're also playing 4 of the dope. Let's go ahead and look at the nice SP version of him. But yeah, still has his skill. This is probably one of the second legions that come out that actually uses Vanguard. I mean, another grade 3 as the legion mate, which you can if you have a legion mate that has a skill in the Vanguard circle. Like I think Azeroth was probably the first one. If you have a Vanguard skill, you can basically use both Vanguard skills in the Vanguard circle. That's what you could do in Legion. You basically have 2 Vanguards, and you can basically use either or skill. The reason why the Legion mates so far have been grade 2s, and ain't been able to use their skills in the Vanguard circle because they only rearguard skills. So these guys are actually Vanguard skills. Like Vermilion has a Vanguard skill with his Legion mate. And then also you have Magusto Storm that has a Legion that where you can use his skill in the Vanguard circle. So it's a couple more that have to come out soon where you'll be able to use their Vanguard skill in the Legion spot. So keep that in mind. But basically, you already know what his skill is on Vanguard. Counter Blast 2. If this card hits, Persona Blast, and basically draw 2 cards and restand in Vanguard. Very, very nice. Really, really hard pressure, making Dope even more infamous as it is now. And then we're also playing 1 Overlord, basically Counter Blast 3, get plus 5k, lose Twin Drive, and basically restand every time he hits a rear guard. I'm playing this. Maybe I feel like the more ideal build is probably to play the Great, so you can continuously keep re-legioning. And then the Great is a Counter Blast 1 to basically restand the Vanguard and take out an intercept. So I feel like this would be better than the Counter Blast 3 with Overlord. Even though you have Counter Blast that you can use this with, I feel like the Counter Blast 1 would be a little bit better to manage. And you could probably take out like maybe 2 Benekasis or 1 of this and 1 of this to basically put 2 Neo Flames in to basically have a Legion mate for the Great. That's why I feel like some people are playing so many Neo Flames because they want a Legion with the Great actually and not really care about the Neo Flame skill. But like I don't feel like you should play 4 of it. Like 1 or 2 to Legion with the Great as your 9th grade 3 is probably the best. And then we're also playing 4 Heal Guardians. Super nice thing they implemented where you can have more guard cards in your hand. It's super nice. It makes it a little bit more digestible to basically draw into your heals because they're basically 15k shields. If your opponent swings at the Vanguard and their power is less than 15k over your Vanguard, discards and prioritizes this over PGs. But if your opponent is more than the 15k power, can help you from basically losing, your either another Heal Guardian will come out and guard for you, or they will prioritize 1 PG to basically take that damage. So only thing that makes it hard for grade 0s to guard is the Gear Chronicles. Because they tell you they can't use grade 0s, and it basically makes Tom ineffective as he was because you can just guard with a grade 0 now. And then we're also playing 2 Root Flare, Divine Dragon Root Flare. Now he's a really good card. He's not really a starting strat you want to use because he's GB Break 2. GB Break 2 basically means that you gotta have 2 face-up G units in your face-up G zone. So not including himself that's on the Vanguard. Because to activate his skill, he Persona Blasts himself, but you can't activate unless you're in GB2. So you mostly want to call either Mustafa or Muhammad to start your G stuff off before you go into him, which is unfortunate because sometimes he comes up because he's a non-Counter Blast Persona flip, retire a whole column, which is nice. Excuse me. If you're using Kagero, I feel like you probably just want to just get 2 of these. I don't see you getting 4 of these, even though he's really good for a while. I don't feel like you use more than 1 in Kagero, especially the cross. Even if Blade Master, I feel like you wouldn't use 4. You use 4 Mustafa really, or 3 Mustafa, and then play a couple of Muhammad because a lot of people won't have a lot of intercepts to be able to stop Muhammad from hitting and retiring cards. And since 0 is a lot better at hitting, Mustafa becomes a really free retire of a couple of boosters or whatever, or maybe a grade 3, whatever you want to use it for. So I'm playing 2 of this. I preferably would like to get one more Mustafa to basically really complete this deck, because what his skill is, Vanguard skill, once per turn, Cannon Blast 1, basically flip any G unit to basically retire a rear guard on your opponent's board, and give the skill to one of your rear guards. If they hit, basically counter charge for every Mustafa that you have in your face up G zone. So, you know, I mean, preferably you probably want to get 2 more to play in your deck, but I feel like another 1 is good for me. And then we're also playing the 1 Mustafa. This is probably one of your 4-ups that you might want to play, just because it's a free retire. It's a nice thing to go into if you're playing Blade Master. In the cross, you really don't strike like that, so, you know what I mean, you can have 4, but you probably won't use 4. You'll probably use Mustafa every now and then, use Root Flare to sometimes clean up games, stuff like that. But what his skill is on Vanguard, if you hit, basically retire one of your opponent's rear guards for free. And then we're playing like 4 of these little clay elementals just to fill up the spot, whatever. We don't really use them at all. So 9 draws, 4 heals, still playing that ratio. Super good. Let's get into some games. I don't want to make this video too long. I think I spent I spent forever talking about this deck. Because this is literally one of my favorite decks. I only made this JP account because the cross was announced, and the cross is literally the only deck that I would play twice. The only one. I really don't plan on playing my JP account a lot, just to grind out stuff and grind out materials and still keep up with the information. But because you can definitely get forward of me playing doing a Victor deck profile, but it's just too much work to be able to just do 2 accounts. It's just way too much work. So we have the cross, we have our counter charge. I kind of want to just ride this and get it later and start filtering with Gojo. We're actually playing against somehow the event just started like yesterday, I think it was. So someone already has the cards for this deck. That's crazy. All right, let's just ride this. It's sometimes unsafe to ride the 5K, but sometimes you gotta do it because you want to start filtering with Gojo. We're playing against a different deck, but we're going second on striking. So I'm probably gonna be able to show you the striking crit play. I'm pretty sure they're gonna give me 2 damage on striking. They always do. It never fails at all. So let's just see what we do. Let's see what happens. This game may end very quickly. Whoever has this already is like diehard prison fans and dropped a whole bunch of money to get there fast. We're losing that counter drive. We keep drawing dotes. That's the struggle. Like, for some reason, like, you end up drawing a lot of dotes. I kind of don't want to use the counter roll yet, because I really don't know how much damage they're going to give me. So I guess I'll filter dote again. Fill up my drop zones so I can get the cross ready. Have a PGS, nice. We're going to go ahead and call this and just swing at my opponent's face. Like I said, I don't know how much damage they're going to give me, so I don't want to lose that counter blast. I think they start prisoning cards around here, so I might just end up losing my counter row because it prioritizes the back row, but it is random, so let's just see what happens. Alright, they prison the top card of my deck, and then they randomly prison my Gojo, which we have the drop and draw, so we're fine. So basically get another card into our drop so we can Legion. I kind of want to filter this heal trigger even though this is going to my drop. They're not giving me the damage. We found a smart player. They don't want to give me the damage. There's always that one. There's always that one that's smart that is not going to give you the damage. So I have to counter blast 1 to basically get my cards back. I guess I'll get the Benicosity back. I'll take the Benicosity back, call it, because I'll just refund the counter blast, whatever, and then the Gojo will stay prison. That's how prison works. You basically, it was supposed to be, it's Soul Blast in TCG, but here is they're making it counter blast. Actually not gonna strike because I don't want to lose my crit. We have this guy, so that's pretty nice. We can't use the Gojo yet. We can Legion, but it kind of doesn't do much. But I'm gonna go ahead and call this. Forget to drop and draw. Actually gonna go ahead and Legion just so I can put those draw triggers into my deck and start checking those and go ahead and search my Cross. Get things ready for that clean play. Go ahead and give her 4 damage real quick. Alright, search the Cross. And then go at the face. So, like I was saying about Prison, it was Soul Blast in TCG, but I guess they nerfed it to Counter Blast for 0. So you basically Counter Blast. Every time they give you an option to Counter Blast and basically get your card back that's in prison. And before it was Soul Blast, so I could have like Soul Blast 2 to basically get it back. Which if she would have gave me a second damage, I wouldn't have got my cards back. I would have just went straight for dope with the crit. But smart player, they didn't give me a damage. Understandable. I don't I don't harp over smart good plays. All right, prison card plus 2K. Counter charge, super nice. It's nice combos here. This isn't like Nova centric, so like these on power scale as they hit. So like I don't see the synergy really, but whatever. You know what I mean? It's hitting good numbers. It's giving me counter blast. Give me damage is what I say. Give me damage. I'll take it all. All right, so I have one counter blast to actually use, but I feel like I want to use my retire instead, but maybe I shouldn't because I don't have a booster. So I'll use one counter blast to get my Gojo back. I don't think Conroe is going to be using this game. We're probably not going to get to use Conroe this game. I can actually go ahead and... No, I'm not going to get that back, but I can use my Conroe. I can use my Conroe and basically search my counter charger to get that ready for next turn. And then Benekasi will hit and basically allow me to counter charge. Which I don't think I'm going to get... I don't think... Which I have the counter charger, so I can just use that. Yeah, I could just use that. Because I want to get multiple attacks in. Yeah, I want to get multiple attacks in. Because I just noticed what damage they're in. So I want to get multiple attacks in. Yeah, we'll do this. Yeah, this is good. So we'll go here, swing. Hopefully get a trigger. Nope. Okay. This is basically a little bit backwards. I should have put the booster over here and put this over here. But it's backwards right now. So we might not get the counter charge like we want to. Because this column won't hit. But I'm pretty sure I'll get a trigger. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll get a trigger. So we'll just go ahead and hit here. Just because I already had to use the counter charge early. We'll go ahead and just do this. And we should get a trigger at some point, right? I guess not. Never mind. Never mind. Not worth retiring. Wish we had an extra one. Wow, we didn't get a counter blast. It's okay. It's cool. Super surprised. Well, we only got 2 triggers left and a +3 heals, I guess. I don't know. They rolled over that prism card as soon as possible. So I'm not really worried. I have 1 PG plus a heal guardian. And 2 intercepts, so I'm not really worried about losing this game right here. And then next turn, I can re-legion, use this guy to retire some cards and swing at face a lot. So swing here, he hits, restands himself, restands both, well, 1 column. Withstands this right here, which when he attacks, he'll restand. Check the heal. Only got 1 left, so less heal guardians I have to worry about. But I do have to worry about PGs, I guess, because he hasn't shown any. No defensive. Alright, so that will restand this column. Restand himself. toss in 2 cards. This will attack, hit, and restand this column. And then my Heal Guardian plus PG will block these 2 attacks. So we're still all good for right now. He can't heal anymore if he had it, but he only has 3 cards in hand, so it's tough for me to believe that he has another PG in hand. I mean, a lot of PGs in hand. I don't need that, so that could stay. Another PG, nice. All right, let's just go ahead and re-Legion. No need. And then let's just call this, and basically this is the amazingness of this card right here. I'm about to retire both intercepts with the greatest of ease. Understand this. All right, put a PG back. Put triggers back. And we can hit our opponent, so we can swing. We have 3 attacks to the face. Hopefully we hit at least 1 trigger, so this column can hit. I really don't want to leave it up to that column to hit, so I might just overcall over it, just to make sure that if my opponent doesn't hit defensive, I can just swing over with this column too. So let us retire both intercepts, and then I'm just gonna call over this, just to make sure. I don't feel like it, I don't feel safe leaving it up to triggers anymore. All right, yeah, we got a trigger. See, I'm gonna go ahead and put it over here. Sometimes you want to put it here, everything on Vanguard. Putting the amount of cannon blast, or not cannon blast, but the amount of triggers you put on a card matters now that heal defensives out there, because you want to hit over those 15k thresholds with your opponent. But I didn't want to take the chance, so I just put it on the rear guard. Go ahead and take out these. He doesn't have heal guardians if he's checking PGs already. 1 card left in hand. All right, let's see if he has the last PG. If not, we're super safe. We have another PG plus heal guardian. Even if he checks his last one here, we'll still be good. And that is a game. That's how you do that right there. Super good. So you just really just re-legioning, you know what I mean, pressuring your opponent, putting damage on the board. You see the niceness of the double basically Legion clone, cannibalize 1 clone guy. They need to make a name for that. What's the I know Armor clone is for the like G cards, so what can we call that? It's a Legion clone. Legion mechanic clone or something for Kagero. I don't know what to call it. And Novas are definitely hyped this season because of the event. It was so free to play, to build, that everyone's playing it. So we're probably gonna run into a lot of games with Novas. So we have a pretty good hand. We can search our dote if we need to, if we don't draw into a dote or the extra to cross. Okay, well, I don't know if we're playing Victor because they're playing this starter. This is definitely a little bit different. Hopefully it's not a bot. If it's a bot, I'm just going to skip past this really quickly. All right, let's go ahead and... We're going second, so I want to ride this. I have to strike and play again. Let's see if we can catch us a not as intuitive or a new player. So you guys see swing with that crit. I really feel like this is a bot, so get ready. There's some indications that this would be bots. Maybe not a bot because it has the Sansa, but if it's a bot, if once they go grade 2, they'll drop almost their whole hand on the board. That's how you can know if it's a bot or not. You do run into bots. You don't play into you don't run into a lot of VP farmers, but you do run into bots. If they can't find someone to play you on the server, they'll give you a bot to play. When she's playing a Riser starter, which is a little bit different than what I am accustomed to. So let's go ahead and search. No reason to search a PG. I'm going to search my counter charger, get that ready, get the combo ready. And I'm going to go ahead and filter my Heal Guardian so I can put it back in deck. The loveliness of playing Legion. I drew my retire, which is nice, and I can go ahead and counter charge. And let's see if they give me more damage. They're playing really conservative right now, so I don't feel like they're going to give me other damage, but let's see. They're going grade 3, so a lot of people amp up things on grade 3. Ooh, SP Victor. Really nice, really nice. Okay, yeah, they're not giving me the damage. Alright, it's all over with, I guess, now. People are not doing it anymore. Ooh, SP Victor again. That's super nice. They're not giving us damage anymore. They refuse. They're not allowing us to get those shenanigans off, which is, it's fine. It is fine. Alright, we'll go here and go ahead and Legion so we can hit good numbers. Just in case my opponent hits a defensive. We're still putting in the 5, so but I'm pretty sure they'll be in kill range if they gave me the damage. So understandable to not give me the damage. We'll go ahead and search dope. Since we don't have it, hopefully we draw into the cross so we can re-legion. Alright, no defensive, and go ahead and swing. Check the trigger, nice. Another trigger. I don't see us drawing the cross anytime soon. Alright. Wasted stand trigger, got a heal trigger, so they're going to 4. That's still good enough in the range for me to hit them and basically restand and swing at my opponent. So super nice. We have boosters, we have this guy and we have double this guy if they give us enough damage, which they probably will because they're going into their G turn to basically retire these columns. This deck doesn't have a falter to any of these decks in this meta right now besides Gear Chronicles. Gear Chronicles keeps taking your cards away. Keep spinning them back to deck so nothing goes to the drop zone so you can't Legion. And then they keep taking your resources away from you and it's hard for you to play. So boosters are super important to Kagura. I keep stressing it. If you play against Kagura and you want to beat the deck, take out your opponent's boosters, to really deal a tough blow to them. So this is a nice combo here, which it's too bad he doesn't have a better booster. That's the reason why you're supposed to be playing the Victor starter, so this can restand for free, which he's not doing. He preferably wanted the, I guess, he wanted the draw instead of, and then the extra standing deck, which, you know what I mean, doesn't make a whole bunch of sense because the starter basically gives you an extra stand. So this right here, he'll restand both columns, which they don't really hit numbers anymore. But what he can do is, yeah, just stand that column and then hit me to 5. I get a heal guard, puts my dope back into the drop zone, very nice. So when I'm able to get the cross, I can re-legion. But right now we're good. We're not going to stride. We're just going to drop these 2 Legion mechanic clones or whatever you want to call it, and put this booster down here. Oh, I have to Legion to do that, don't I? I've already Legion. I probably shouldn't have Legion so early, but it's fine. It's okay. Yeah, this is fine. We'll just do this. Since we're swinging at cards, we'll go ahead and filter. I will filter this guy. I don't want to lose my intercepts. Try to get to the cross somehow. I forgot we've already Legion. We probably shouldn't have done that, but we did hit some nice triggers when we Legion, so it's fine. We're gonna pressure him for cards. He heal trigger nice. We're hitting over a heal. Well, we're not hitting over a heal guard after this attack, but he lost a PG. Super nice. So if we hit another trigger, we're able to hit over a heal guard. I think it's 15, so it hits 31. So if we're hitting 31 or more, we're able to basically not get guarded by heal guardian, but we didn't get one. So he doesn't have any heal guardians, so he still has heals in deck. He did call one out. See, that's why I'll tell you that there's no reason to search your PGs because you have so many defensive mechanisms in this deck with heal guardians. 4 of that and 4 PGs, you're able to draw into them as you restand. So no reason to search him anymore. You just draw into him. So I have 2 PGs and a heal guardian. He's going back to this play because he's able to hit. So let's see what combo he has this time. Alright, he doesn't have the Sansa, but he has, well, I guess, a card to use. I preferably like this guy because he's a nice intercept retire that Nova's never had before. So that's pretty nice. So this will hit and basically restand both columns. So we're probably going to lose a heal guardian and a PG. Draw trigger, another cross gone when I got 1 left in deck. He only has 1 intercept, so I'm kind of not worried about pushing damage. because the cross can just swing here, and then you'll have three attacks to the face basically. Yeah, that doesn't hit. This hits and puts me in foul. So I didn't lose any defensive cards yet. I really don't think they're pushing hard enough. We don't have the cross, so we'll go Mustafa since we wasn't able to get anything, and we will toss these two cards. I think we'll toss the counter charge because we really don't need it right now. Yeah, we'll just toss the counter charge. That's fine, and we'll go double Burning Horn because the stride keeps the Vanguard's name, so he is a Overlord, still an Overlord. So let's go ahead and use Counter Blast 1, unflip a G unit, and retire the intercept. And now we have 3 attacks to the face. Let's go ahead and put a booster down. Oh, I don't have one. Never mind. Thought I had one. Alright, let's go battle. Alright, he needs 3 PGs to survive. Does not have them. This hits over a heal, so let's see what he gets. No heal, and that is game. And that is the video. Like I said, the cross is literally the best deck I feel like in this format. Even though Novas are pretty good, I wouldn't put anything past Novas. I think they're really strong and a nice little contender for this meta. But the cross is just better. He's just better. He's stronger. He hits harder. And let's go over the deck one more time for you guys. Yeah, super strong deck. Nice 2 games. Really strong plays. Easy game, I feel like. But like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely support the channel is definitely appreciated. Check out me on Twitch and put in the comments below if you feel like there's other cards that you want to play in this deck instead. That you know, I mean, anybody watching this video will probably wouldn't mind taking advice of me or anybody else. So guess what the community is all about? Bringing ideas together to basically make a stronger play experience. So yes, and that's it for me. I'm out. Peace.